What's going on, TW fans? Thomas here, bringing you another episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. The weather is turning. Hopefully it's turning in your neck of the woods too, and you're getting out on the water, starting to catch some of those fish, maybe before some of those pleasure boaters get out there and make things a little choppy on the water. All right, well, we got a bunch of new products coming in. It's that time of year, so we're going to go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to start with the new rod for you guys. This is the new 6th Sense Lux Series 4-piece travel rod. Man, this is the travel rod to end all travel rods. I like this thing a lot, just purely out of the versatility of it. So a 4-piece rod design, uses a nice high modulus Toray Japanese blank. So it's lightweight, it's sensitive. You're not gonna get a bunch of dead spots when you get this thing fully cinched down and dialed in, ready to go. Nice Fuji guides on this thing. So just a really, really nice rod, but it's still a travel rod, still that 4-piece style. Coming down here, we have that sleek jet black reel seat and the EVA grips to make things really comfortable. But like I said, versatility is king with this thing. You're gonna be able to throw just about everything. So if you're looking for one rod to have in your backpack, one rod to stash in the truck, one rod for, I don't know, maybe the kayak, one rod for those like sneaky little hiking trips that you're going out with your wife and you want to bring a pole along, this is the one to do that. Super, super versatile. Like I said, 4-piece, so it packs right on down, comes in this little case right here. So you can see how compact this thing is. Lightweight, like I said, you can stash it in just about anything, whether it's a vehicle, whether it's a bag. Just a nice travel rod to take with you. Kind of a one and done, can do darn near all of it. So that's from 6th Sense, the Lux series of rods. All right, let's start taking a look at some baits. I'm gonna start off with the new series of jerkbaits. This is gonna be from Megabass. We have the Megabass x-nanahan series of jerkbaits. So new to us, it's a product that's been out for a little while. It's a killer jerkbait, one that I'm really, really, really excited for. If you've used any of the Megabass Edo Vision 110 series, same action on this one, but it's gonna be downsized. So instead of getting that 110 full profile, you're gonna come down to that 70-75 millimeter size on this one. So it's even invented by Yuki Ito, so the same guy that came out with that Vision series of lineup. So you're just gonna get a ton of explosive actions on it, but like I said, now in this downsized option. So whether you're targeting finicky fish, wintertime fish, clear water reservoir, any case like that where you just kind of want to downsize, get a little bit more of a subtle profile, but still have that action, this is going to be the one you're going to want to turn to on it. So despite its small stature, it's still going to cast a really, really long way, and it still comes with all the same standard premium hardware that you expect from a Megabass jerkbait. So just a new one to add to your arsenal, a little bit smaller of a profile, perfect for targeting some of those finicky fish with still that great action, but that smaller profile to it. All right, let's stick with the hard baits here. We got a new one from Duo Realis. We have the Duo Realis Vibrations Nitro series of lipless crankbaits. I like this thing a lot. Again, kind of like that Nanahan, it's a little bit sized down from some of the other Duo Realis lipless baits that we see on the market. But again, I really like that. It's going to be good for targeting some of those pressured fish out there. But where it's small in size, it's definitely big and loud and boisterous in action. So I mean, it's got just a ton of rattles through it. So you're gonna get just a ton of noise, a ton of acoustic volume out of this thing, but also has kind of a wide body to it, a wide head, so it's gonna push a ton of water, vibrate really, I mean, vibration's in the name, so it's gonna vibrate a lot. Just really any curious predator that's remotely in the area is gonna have to come in and investigate that thing with all the noise, all the water it's pushing off. Great colorways, I mean, this is gonna be a killer spring color right here, you know, kind of that craw pattern to it. And again, just gonna give you a long casting distance, a lot of vibration. It has kind of a small or a lower fall rate, so you can even fish this one kind of slower. So maybe some of those lethargic fish, if you're using this one kind of in wintertime. I mean, people are starting to catch the hint that lipless crankbaits are a year-round bait, whether you want to hop them off the bottom, you know, work it slow, you're gonna yo-yo it. This one's gonna be able to do it all. Again, with that smaller or that slower fall rate, you're gonna be able to work this one a little bit slower than you can with some other lipless crankbaits on the market, which I'm excited to give a try. So definitely check that one out from Duo Realis. All right, let's switch gears. We're gonna go soft baits. New one from Owner, Cultiva, and GetNet. We got the older Cultiva GetNet Juster Stick. So this is kind of your fluke style bait. This one's really, really cool too. So you can do free rigging this one, you know, rig it weightless. It even has like a little pocket in there so you can bury a hook in this one, or not bury a hook. You can actually run this one weighted as well, or on a little darter head, little, you know, weighted jig head. A ton of different things you can do with this one. A lot of action on it here, soft plastic, great natural feel to it, and then that profile is just dynamite. So you're gonna be able to hop this one along the bottom, you know, twitch it through the water column like a soft jerk bait. It's just a cool, fluky, bait fishy profile that just gets a ton of bites. You definitely wanna check this one out, that whole new series. And we also got a swim bait version to go with it. The Owner Cultiva Juster Shad. So again, that same soft plastic, I mean, look at how limp that tail just falls over. So you're gonna get a ton of action out of this one. Now, where a lot of swim baits, you know, obviously are going to be giving you that horizontal kicking motion to it as you swim through, this one is, and it's kind of judged by that small plastic, it's going to give you a little bit of vertical action as well, or imparted by that soft plastic. So you can fish this one vertically. You can hop it along the bottom. Just a little extra layer of versatility that you may not see with other swim baits out there, but really, really soft plastic. So you're going to get a ton of action, really natural feel to this one. So definitely experiment, you know, rigging this one, fishing it on the bottom through the mid-water column. Just you can fish really from surface to bottom with this thing if you want to go weightless just under the surface. Ton of action, ton of versatility, definitely one you're going to want to check out. If you're looking for a way to rig that swim bait or any other swim bait, we got a new one from Dirty Jigs. This one's actually a collaboration between Dirty Jigs and our favorite duo over at Tactical Bassin. So you can absolutely maybe thread that Juster shad on there, or any little bait you want on here, you know, maybe some of those fork tail, you know, fluke style baits, a ton of different stuff you can do with this. So it's just a premium little underspin. Sticky sharp hook on this one. We got a molded keeper system to pin whatever plastic you put on there. 3D holographic eyes, a little bit of 3D detailing in the head, two-tone paint jobs on it, American-made swivel that just spins, you know, from the start to the cast all the way to the end of your retrieve. Nice little willow blades that come in a couple different colors, whether you want to go silver or gold to match your water conditions, water clarity. So just a nice premium little underspin that you can throw just about anything on the back of this thing. So springtime and beyond, wintertime, that's another year-round just fish catcher. All right, let's switch things over to the jig side of the world. So we got the Hayabusa shooter football jig. This is just a nice jig. I'm excited to use this one. I'm a big fan of jig fishing, and this thing kind of has it all that I'm looking for. So you got this nice football head design on here, so if you're looking to crawl over rocks, whether it be chunk rock, boulder, any of those hard structures, it's going to come over that stuff really well, hang up a little bit less, and you're going to get that great rocking action to it. So if you want to throw a kind of a cross style trailer on the back of this one, it'll just kind of hold that thing in that defensive posture that bass simply can't resist when you have a craw profile on there in that little defensive posture with the claws up, so maybe even a floating plastic on there. So just killer action with that nice head design on there that's going to rock really well. Monofilament weed guard, I like that. It's going to shed the vegetation well, but it collapses super easily, so it's not going to impede your hook sets. The hook itself, Japanese premium hook on there, going to get great penetration out of it, optimized hookup ratios, so that's no problem there. And then the keeper system, so you have a dual molded barb and wire keeper system on there too. So whatever trailer you put on there, whether it be a craw, beaver style, whatever you want to throw on the back of this thing, it's really going to stay pinned, which is nice. And then the skirting itself, nice silicone skirt, hand-tied, so important for me. I love a hand-tied skirt. So this thing just has it all. It does it all for just a premium jig. Recessed line tie, going to give your knot a little bit of protection, kind of a little bit of a weedless enhancement as well with that recessed line tie. So just really, really nice jig. If you're a jig fisherman, check that thing out. All right, moving back to soft plastics, we got a new series from Xcite Baits. We're going to start out with one called the Sucker Punch. Some of you guys might be familiar with this one. Tyler Rivette just put in work with this thing at a recent tournament. I'm excited to do the same this year. So this whole thing is a versatile punch-in bait. You can do a ton with it, and it kind of looks like a few different things, and with those punch-in baits, you're getting more of a reaction bite. It's going to kind of happen quick, you know, right? And when you pitch it in there, flip it in there, whatever that cover you're prodding into, that bite's just going to be kind of quick. So this thing can kind of mimic a bluegill. It can mimic a craw. It can mimic like a little tadpole. It can just kind of mimic a lot, and it's going to happen fast. The bass may not recognize it. They're just going to swing out and hammer this thing. So you can actually rig it, you know, horizontal so it falls through the water column, kind of like that, or vertical as well. It even has a little slit in this thing, a little pocket to hide your hook. So you can completely rig your hook in there weedless. The fish won't even see the hook. Throw a little, I don't know, 1/4 ounce, 3/16 ounce, smaller weight on top, or you can go heavier if you're trying to punch through some thicker stuff. But yeah, you can fish this thing kind of vertically too. So maybe mimicking some of those bait fish. So just a really nice, versatile bait, gonna allow you to thread that hook in there completely weedless, completely disguised. Just something I'm excited to use this season. Kind of a go anywhere, do anything bait. We're not done there with Xcite. So we have the Xcite Baits Mad Craw. We also have a Mad Craw Junior size. This thing is just cool, man. It is a highly realistic little craw design. So of course we got the big claws up front here, a pair of those antennae to really give you some authenticity to it. And then on the side we have a series of micro appendages, the little legs that are just gonna give kind of those micro vibrations, really help call some of those predators in visually. And then I like the size of this thing too, just whether you're gonna throw it on a jig or just kind of punch it in or Texas rig it in, that just the tapered body, it's gonna slide through some of that vegetative cover really well. So whether you're punching mats or whatever you're doing with this thing, it's just gonna kind of slide through that cover a little bit better, so you're gonna be able to get down there a little bit faster to where those fish are hiding underneath that vegetation. So cool, really, really lifelike and hydrodynamic, you know, bait. One I'm excited to add to the arsenal. You should too. All right, the last one from Xcite Baits, we have the Xcite Baits retro bug. So as you can see, another kind of flippin' pitching bait to add to your arsenal here. So you got kind of the beaver style body here with the more, classic craw pinchers up front, pair of antennae as well. So again, nice that tapered body design that's gonna slide through vegetation really well. But with this flat bottom too, any of my guys that are out there skipping baits, this thing is gonna skip really well. So under low-hanging cover, under docks, wherever you're trying to send that bait to, get it all the way back there where the biggest bass are hiding, lurking, this thing's gonna help you do just that. So another, again, versatile bait that you can flip, pitch, punch with it, skip, absolutely. Just a ton you can do with the retro bug, kind of combining a couple different baits there. I like it. All right, let's take a look at some terminal. We got a new one from Roboworm. We got the Roboworm Aberdeen hook. So this thing is pretty nasty. It's the Aberdeen rebarb hook. I don't know if you've used the old rebarb hooks, or not old, but original rebarb hooks. I really like those as well. So now we're getting kind of a downsized, ultra finesse version. These things are awesome for, absolutely threading on your favorite Roboworm or any of those finesse style stick baits, finesse style worms. That little rebarb system on there is going to pin them in place really nicely, but it's not going to tear up the plastic either, which, with some of those more finesse plastics, we know it kind of be a one fish and done, or, the terminal tackle you're using can tear them up a little bit. You're not going to get that as much with these, that little rebarb system. So I really like these as well. And it's a Japanese, it's a Gamakatsu hook, so really, really sharp, quick penetration. Some of those finesse bites, especially if you're drop shotting in the wintertime and the bass have those hard mouths, this is just going to get you a few more bites. You're going to land a few more of those bites, I guess. Optimize your hookup ratio a little bit. So one that I'm excited to use this season for some of those more finesse-y techniques. All right, we're going to round out this episode with a new spinning reel. We got a new one from Van Staal. So we have the Van Staal VR series of spinning reels. This thing is heavy duty, robust, do anything, 25 pounds of max drag, hard hitting spinning reel. I'm excited to use this one. I was actually surprised. When I look at this, it's a full bodied spinning reel. I'm looking at a lot of metal. I'm like, oh dang, this thing is gonna be real heavy. It's not. It's actually surprisingly lightweight. Surprisingly lightweight, really, really smooth. Like I said, 25 pounds of max drag, just a high performance spinning reel. And it's a little bit unique compared to some of the other spinning reels out there. So it actually has a true right hand, left hand configuration, and some of them even come with the bailless hardware option. So make sure to head over to tacklewarehouse.com, take a look at the description, look at the breakdown. We'll kind of talk to you about the difference between the right hand, left hand true configuration, as well as that bailless option. So a ton of versatility, a ton of different things you can do with this one. So if you are looking for a bulletproof, just killer spinning reel, check out this one from Van Staal. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this week's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. As always, thank you for tuning in and checking out all these new products with us. And as always, to learn more about them or to shop for them, make sure to click the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to follow our page so you can see more just like it. And let us know in the comments which one of these products you're excited to put to use on the water this season. All right, we'll see y'all next week.